Hey guys, welcome along. Nigel here from Nigel's Modelling Bench, and today I want to talk to you about B-52s for 10 minutes. As I'm sure a lot of you are aware, if you've seen my videos, I did a review of this kit, and I've done another fairly long video called Buffing Up on the Buff. And it basically, in that one, I compare the Revell / Monogram and the AMT / Italeri kits with this one, and basically end up with a sort of best and worst of them at the end of it. I gave this kit a pretty hard time. There's got shape issues, there's issues. It's the old Co Express is depicted on the box, and old Co Express had the ACLMs and the ALCMs and the strakelets, and you don't get the strakelets in the kit, so you can't build what's on the box out of the box, if you like. There's also issues with the tail. The tail was incorrect, had the wrong gun formation, everything on it is the wrong length, and the nose was the wrong shape. There's some other little errors in it, like it's got no vortex generators on the underside of the tail planes, and there's no angle of attack vanes around here, and various bits and pieces throughout the kit. I actually think the wing profile is also incorrect, but that's open to people's judgment. Now, basically, following that review and following a lot of other people's reviews and talks about it, especially over on the Aircraft Resource Centre website, Modelcollect sat up and listened and said, hey guys, if it's wrong, we'll correct it. And they have done a remarkable turnaround. They've made, for this kit, they've made a new nose section, a new tail section, and a new set of weapons. And they've also made some strakelets. So you can now buy from them, well, you don't buy it, you pay $15 for the shipping for this upgrade set. So you get a new pair of nose halves, a new tail section, and the strakelets, and they've also given us a weapons loadout as well. So I'll put a link down below to the Modelcollect website where you can get that. Now, don't quote me on this, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I've read that Modelcollect will be sending sets out to their distributors. So people like Hannants, for instance, our UK distributor, will probably receive some of these sets. Now, obviously, if like me, you bought your kit from eBay or from someone in China or whatever, then you're not going to have that luxury. So you need to pay the $15 and get the upgrade set, which I've done. Or you can wait for it to come to your local hobby shop, where you're probably going to have to pay postage anyway, because I can't see that Hannants are going to receive this huge batch in and then send them out individually to all their different shops. So I don't know, let's wait and see. But basically, I'll put the link down below anyway, so you can go onto Modelcollect's website and you can pay $15 shipping and get the upgrade set for your B-52G. Sorry. If you look over on the Phil Flory website, he's just built the H model of this, and you'll see that in the H they've done the correction, the correct shape nose and everything, and they've got the correct shape tail in that one as well. So, you know, thanks Modelcollect. We criticised, I gave you a real hard time. You stood up, you listened, and you've reacted. So thank you very much. If every other manufacturer did that, the modelling world would be a happier place. What I want to talk to you about today as well in this review is the Big Ed set from Eduard. Now, I wasn't aware these were about, but they do this one, 72144, and there's another one, 72145, which covers the landing flaps and the bomb bay and everything. I want to get that, but can't afford it right now. I'm spending too much money on stuff, so I'm gonna get that eventually. I'm really impressed with what Eduard have done. The landing flap set looks incredible. The bomb bay set looks great. The only problem is the kit is actually incorrect. Sorry, not the bomb bay, the undercarriage. The undercarriage set looks fantastic with all the interior detail, but unfortunately the kit is incorrect with the roof of the undercarriage bay. What they've done, I can show you in the instructions in here, I expect. What they've done, they've got all this hydraulics and everything in the roof here, and then they've done the same in the rear. So basically the front has all this hydraulics and air conditioning unit and everything, and that's correct, but in the rear end it's just like two divots. If you look at your references, you'll see what I mean. In fact, the Revell kit has just the two divots or indentations front and back, so with a bit of less cross kitting you could probably make an accurate, both of them more accurate. So that's something certainly worth looking at. So The reason I bought this was because this is the engines, interior, and the masks. The masks are nice to have. They're, as far as I'm concerned, they are nice to have. You don't really need them, but hey, they're in there. And this costs nothing. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I think on the Eduard site, I think this is about £29. I think you can find it cheaper elsewhere. Everybody's doing discounts, and usually you'll find Eduard are doing discounts of like 10-20%. So yeah, it's from what you're getting, I think it's well worth the money. In my opinion, you may disagree. So let's have a look in here and see what we get, and we'll compare it to some of the kit parts. Right, so in our nice thick card envelope, open it up and shake it out. Some of these Big Ed sets are crazy. I mean, they're like half an inch thick. If you look at the Lancaster, it's the 1/48 scale Tamiya Lancaster Big Ed set. It's huge. Right, so what we're getting in here is just three of the smaller sets. So we've got our masks here. I'm not going to bother showing you them because they're die-cut masks. You know, we've all seen them before. We've got the interior set here, which is 2 sheets of brass. We've got the plated and painted one here with our instrument panels and side consoles and harnesses and everything on there. And then we've got our cockpit floor and some other bits and pieces, which I'll show you now. And then we've got the engine set, which is 1 sheet of PE, and it's lovely. This I'm really impressed with, which is really why I bought the set. But the thing is, when you actually look at the cost of that and that, it's more than buying this. So you may as well get the Big Ed set and have the mass anyway. So what I always do, I always go to the Eduard website and I print out the instructions in A4, because they give you instructions in there, but they're usually about A5 size, and with my old eyes it's better to have them big. So you can see here what they're giving you in this set is basically you're getting the front compressors here, and then you're getting the second stage compressors here, and then you're getting some turbines at the back, and the I'm guessing this is reheat or something, or not reheat, but the exhaust area is there. So really, really nice. If we look at the kit parts, wrinkle, look at one set of kit parts. We can see here's the intakes. So basically you're going to be replacing that with that and that. Okay, and you can see here that what you do is you cut the cone off, and then you add this part to the back of the intake there. So you're going to look through, and basically you're going to see that instead of that. And then behind that there's a ring which goes in here, and then you're going to put that on the back of that ring. So you're basically going to look through that into that. Okay, so that's going to give you a very, very accurate representation looking through, and you'll see the veins there and everything. And then at the back end, what they're telling you to do here is cut the sprue and make it into a dome. Now, probably the best thing to do is get some, whatever diameter that is, get some rods, stick it in a drill, and just use a file and make these dome shapes, and then cut them to length afterwards. They tell you need 4mm there and then 3mm there. They're actually telling you cut it from the F kit, frame F. Is this F? Yes, it is. So they're telling you there, look, to cut it from here. Cut your sprues out along here, they're saying there. So pretty cool. Somebody's obviously looked deeply into that one. And then the second sheet here is basically showing you what you're doing with the back end. So you're gonna basically cut. You don't get anything for the rear turbine, so what you're going to do is just look up there into nothingness through the back of the engine cowling. But you're going to actually put that in there, which is F27. You're going to glue that onto the back, so you're going to see that through there. And then behind that, you're going to add, sorry, that's going to go inside there. That can't be right. Saying number 4 is going to fit up inside F27. I don't think it will fit up in there. And then you've got this piece on the back here, which is number 3, which is that one, and that's going to go on the back. But I can't see how that's going to go up inside there. Although maybe it will, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it will. So basically you're going to stick that onto there, push it up inside, stick that onto the back, and make a sandwich like that. So, and then on the very outside you're going to add these these parts here, bend them in, and if you look at the real thing, you'll see that that's actually going to really enhance your engines. All you need to do then is add some scribe detail onto the engines here, and that will make them really pop. Not sure what that indentation is there. Don't think that's supposed to be there, but yeah. So the engine set, I think, is really well worth having. Now moving along, we've got the interior set here. Now this interior set, a lot of people are going to say, what's the point, you're not going to see it. You will see something when you look through the windows. For me, it's all about making the model that's the fun. So, you know, you make it, you video it, you take pictures and stuff, and then it goes inside, you might not ever see it again. But it's part of the fun of building the model. And one of the things I love about this B-52 from Modelcollect is the way they've done the interior. You've got all this interior detail, front and back. I mean, I know the seats are incorrect, but hey, they're, you know, it's there. And you basically got all the underneath area for the radio operators and everything, and their bottom ejecting seats, and you know, then you go straight to the undercarriage. But all this in here, if you have the lower door open on the kit, you just get literally a door, which is basically a slab of plastic, wherever it may be. Do you even get an open section at the bottom of the? I think you do, but basically, yeah, you have no way of really displaying it with the door open because there's no real detail in there. Yes, the door is open there, you can see it there, but I don't know where. Oh, there you go. That's adding the door there. Okay, so with this set, you're actually getting all your interior details. So there's your jump seat that goes in the back of the cockpit, and then you're going to add all this detail to your seats, which yes, they're incorrect, but you know. You can add the detail on there. Then we got all our console detail with all the levers and everything in. That's going to look pretty impressive. So you've got 4 pieces of 20 and 4 pieces. So you have these 8 sets of levers sticking up in the middle, and then your rudder pedals going in, and there's that jump seat going on. And you're going to basically replace the whole cockpit floor detail. Then we go into the area underneath. Now you're thinking, why on earth would you do that? Well, if you have this hatch open, you'll be able to look up and see inside, and you get all the metal structure detail here, which goes into what is otherwise just a plastic walled hole. And then you have this this mesh that goes on the back here. You fold all that up, and that's going to stick down onto the back there. So when you look up, you'll see that. And you've got this little framework here, which I'm assuming is a ladder to go in there. And then you've got a ladder here, which is going to be stowed. You've got that wall there, which is going up that side. So when you look up in there, you're going to see this to your right, that in front of you, and that to your left. And then you've got this ladder here, which I'm assuming just goes up the side there, so you can get up to the cockpit. And then we've got all this detail here, which goes on the door. And if I can show you an image, here we go. This is the B-52 Aging Buffs Youthful Cruise. And you can see there's the door there, so you can see all that detail is all included here. So, you know, you can really make your model look something special rather than just having a plastic door hanging down. And then when you look up inside, you've got all this detail here, which is also there. So, and you also get these frames for the inner end of the inner side of the top windows. When you look here, you will see, can't quite pick them out in there. There's going to be a close-up photograph. I just flick past it. There we go. You can see up in there, you've got those frames inside those upper windows. So yeah, you can actually depict them as well. So all in all, I think for what this little lot costs, it is well worth the money to really make your B-52 stand out. And now that Modelcollect have done the corrections to correct the shapes, you can really build a beautiful model from it. So that was my review there of the Big Ed set 72144. And as I said, if you have got this kit in your stash, get onto Modelcollect, send them or PayPal them $15, and they will send you the correction set for it. I've already done that, and I've had an email today saying that basically my set is on the way. So look out for a build of this model coming your way soon. Bye for now.